It's Madden NFL 23, and the spotlight is on Najee Harris. He was steady for them on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Cards and the Rams, and it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football. Ready to get us started here, Riley Patterson. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
For every rookie prospect, they're involved in this moment, running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. He lost two there, and it's third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Ernest Jones, the linebacker, with a sack. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete. On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. That'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And look at... was in last week's game. 17 carries, 108 for the yardage and the score, too.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football because they're going to get him to the end zone.
They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
A bad full start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Here's another carry for Harris. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well. How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Ready?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. They'll set up a throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2nd and 5. On target to his man, Likely. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Back to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. From the gun, he'll hand this off. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys were able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Rams on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Azeez Ojulari, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the LA offense ready for this next possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Rolling to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Watson, 28 yards. And the Cards will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. He'll come out throwing here on first down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Hands it off out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Back has been dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this one is incomplete.
Now, with a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They'll throw now on the final play. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. A handoff as they run the counter play. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
22 middle. Opposite. Green. Cut.
Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards, the final tally. Harris trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point try now for Patterson. And it's 21-3. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 2nd and 4. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Cards are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what. And he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage. And they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. On play action, they'll throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cardinals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. A 10-play drive that time. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Well, this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. This offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. But he's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Rams are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Penny is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Isaiah Likely
from 3 yards out.
And the Rams are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is down to 28-10. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Then the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The run only got it. Second and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
56 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
10 cycles.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Najee Harris with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. L.A. readies for its next possession. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Cardinals are going to take possession here at their own 33. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On the give, this is Harris. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Cards are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying again another day.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and happen in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one, they're thinking to themselves, I bet halftime is really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Cardinals, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.
I'm harder than I ever been. Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates. All my bars on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me. And my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different.